Alright guys, it's Anthony Distributing Service. Chris's truck. We'll just call this thing right here the basket case of all basket cases. It has been an endeavor to get everything done and together, and I mean, holy crap. We're getting there. I mean, almost everything we touched was broken, was messed up. I mean, I had to replace the T-nut right here. I mean, we can't even go through everything. I do go ahead and I wrap the block heater in HVAC tape. Also wrap the AC clutch line in HVAC tape. There's supposed to be a little retainer right there to go on that stud, but I robbed a bunch of retainers from a bunch of harnesses I've got, but I couldn't find that one. Kind of a drag. I did have to replace that entire housing, the plastic on the connector. You can see it right here. That's supposed to have little pieces that come up. That's a part of it, and it was broke off. So I didn't want to do that. So we went ahead and I robbed one off another harness and put that on. I did pull the pins. Well, I pulled all kinds of crap. I don't know. I pulled the pins on all kinds of crap. Does have our exhaust on it. Got all that done. And we started, I had John Wagner's, he came up, he had pipes like this when we built his engine. He had pipes like that, which I let him reuse. Well, it bit me in the butt because this pipe separated from this flange. The flange was still bolted to the turbo when it came apart. So we updated ours. I've never had any of ours come apart, but I went ahead and we had it stitch welded just to try to help hold it. It's already sealed on the inside, but that is just a little bit just to help it, just to help them stay together. So we put a little stitch welds on it. Like I said, I've never seen any of ours come apart like that, but I've only seen one set, but I don't want to have any of ours come apart. So the fuel's primed, all that's done. We did put new oil coolant pump. Oh yeah, coolant pump. Okay, I was gonna make a video on the front cover, but I decided I'd wait because I know what everybody would say about the front cover. We had a little bit of what you could call plausible deniability, right? If we're not doing a coolant pump, then I don't have to put my eyeballs on the front cover. If we don't put our eyeballs on it, it's like, well, it's probably messed up, but yeah, you got to decide what can of worms you want to open, because this stuff gets expensive. So take a look at it. Let's see if I can go sideways and you can see it. That's deep right there. That's deep. Yeah. So that's front cover replacement right there. And so he got a new oil pump. He got a new oil pump. All that stuff new. It looked like it might have been leaking anyways. Let me show you one more time. It looked like it might have been leaking. See all the oil around it? So, we might have got multiple birds knocked out with that stone. We get all new front cover. See it all, it's all shiny and new. We did not do belts or tensioners. Did have to put an AC compressor on it. I actually had to tear it apart yesterday. Freaking sucks. I had it all together, and I try to look at everything when we're taking it apart and but I miss stuff. It happens. The goal is, that's why this stuff takes so long, is we try to not miss stuff. The important part is to not miss things when it goes back together. If I miss something when it comes apart, well, it just costs us time. Well, so we missed his fan. His bolt sheared off on the compressor. We're not going to try to drill that out. Screw that. Just the time for it's new compressor time. So we got that done. Got a new compressor put on. He needed one injector harness, so we got that done. That's on there. Harness is all screwed up. There was pigtails all over the place. There was hood latch was missing. Just missing. Oh, and he did bring a bumper. I guess I forgot. Truck's been here for a while waiting to get in, and I forgot that he had the big old ranch hand bumper. That's why I told him, I said, no, if you're gonna bring the truck here, take the bumper home. I don't want to babysit that big son of a gun. So now he's got it all painted, it's all done, so. Yeah, we use the engine hoist to hang those bumpers because we ain't gonna hold it. I mean, we could, but we don't. What else we got? I don't know. I mean, just Darian did his work on the crossover tube again. That thing's pretty, isn't it? I mean, pretty. Really not much to it. I mean, other than we did have to update the lower rad hose. Updated that. Look at this. I had to splice that together, but I got that keeper right there. I got that push pin put back on. Just little stuff, you know. I mean, details matter. Who knows? New glow plug wires, low plugs. I mean, other than that, it's just thermostats. We put those in. Yeah, it's about ready. I figured I'd make a video to show all this before I cover it up with the fan clutch, the stator, and all that crap. So we did have to replace the heater core tube. Replace that. The gasket, the spacer that goes in between the VGT solenoid, the actuator, and the turbo is on like severe, massive back order. We've had it ordered for about, I don't know, 3 weeks, maybe a month, and it still ain't here. So I had to use crush washers. I hate it, but I already told Chris about that. I had to use crush washers under there because there's supposed to be a little space there. I mean, it's gone. I don't know where it's at, but it's not that big of a deal. It'll be all right. So went in and put them on. Yeah, I mean, there's no effects from that. It just, yeah, just a cushion. Anything else? I think, hell, I don't remember what all I replaced. I mean, you know, when jobs get so big like this, you kind of get a little bonus on the bill because I can't remember everything. But, I mean, you can rest assured we went through everything. If something was wrong, I addressed it. I mean, but little stuff like this, yeah, I'm not, well, I mean, if it was bad enough, I would replace that, but geez, I mean, it'll lock on. It'll lock on, but the tabs broke. We're just gonna have to pay special attention to it. At least I found this. I found this in the bed of the truck because that was missing too. So we found that. I'll have to put a zip tie around it. Once it's all the way done, we'll zip tie it around there to hold that cover on. It just, you know, we got to go with it. But most of the push pins are all in where they're supposed to be. The glow plug harness and the EVP wire. So you can kind of look down in there. I don't paint compressor housings, turbo housings, turbine housings. Probably should. Did paint the hold downs though. Had to buy a heat shield for the turbo. I don't like riding without the heat shield. I don't like doing it. So he didn't have one here, so we went ahead and bought one. Oh, and his exhaust. Yeah, he knows about that. We don't need to throw him under the bus anymore. His exhaust, they put a little bitty pipe on it, whatever. Other than that, man, it's time to button it up. Go ahead and throw the fan on. I gotta find fan just once again, along with everything else that we've got going on. Let me find them. Where are they? Okay. Oh, right here. Fan stator. Look. I have one bolt. There's 2 nuts on top and 2 bolts on the bottom, and they all need to be 13s. I mean, it's fine, but it's just, that's just, you know, it's nature of this job. Every single thing I've put on here, I've had to go and find fasteners. But it'll be all right. And we have all the right fasteners, okay? The one that holds the wire loom on the front of the fuel filter housing is a 10 millimeter. It's a 10 with a stud. The ones on the back are 8s. Those back there, that one, those are 8s. All of these are correct, except for these 2 bolts. Whoever lost the gasket and put crush washers on it beforehand, put some Ace Hardware crap right here. Those are supposed to be 10 millimeters. I was gonna put some 10s on it. They're a little shorter. The holes, I mean, those will work. I put them on. That's, yeah, whatever. That kind of, because those are quite a bit shorter than oil cooler cover bolts, or I'm sure I've got some, but I was like, you know, his are right here. Let's just go with it. I did have to get retainers. See, I like to rebuy these to make sure that everything is pushed down and the cover's over the glow plug, with the glow plug module. Yeah, we did put new cam and crank sensors in it, just because I mean, they're, you know, put them in, cam and crank sensors. It's got 200,000 miles. Shit, other than that, I don't know if you all notice when you're looking around here, we also paint all the bolts. We wire brush the bolts and clean them up, but then we paint them. Like everything. Every bolt on this son bitch is painted. Yeah, granted, they get a little scratched up putting the bolt on, but you know what? Whatever. It's just, I mean, I don't know. We just got in the habit of doing that. Even down there. Even the oil cooler bolts. Oh, it's not focusing. Even oil cooler bolts. Those are all done. Yep. Alright, I guess, I know I'm missing a bunch of stuff, but it'll be alright. Let's go to it. Time to put the front end together and get the cab down. Who knows if we'll have it today. We might have it today, but I mean, we'll see. There it is, Chris's truck, basket case. Finally getting close. All right, guys, have a good day.